isn't a circus trick that we teach our crocs here at the zoo. It's a natural behaviour. They use it from the time they're little hatchlings. When Murray hatched out, he's just about 15, 20 centimetres long, just a real cute miniature version of exactly what he is there now. But at that size, believe it or not, crocodiles are open to predation from other predatory animals. So any bird that might take a fish off the surface of the water is happy to take a baby crocodile. Other reptiles like snakes and goannas, even bigger crocodiles will eat smaller crocodiles. So when they're little babies, to feel safe, they hang out up in the reeds or under low branches. And in those reeds, you get little frogs and grasshoppers. And the little baby crocodiles will sit there with their heads just slightly angled up, and their eyesight's very movement orientated. Once they see a grasshopper or a frog moving around, they'll set just like this, and boom, and up they come. That jaw popping noise you just heard then, that was his jaws coming together. That's that jaw pressure I was talking about. But they'll use this method right up until their Murray size and even bigger. You know, if there's a branch, two trees meet in the middle of the river, there's a low branch, the possums might use it to get from one side to the other. Or you get these big flowering melaleuca trees that overhang the water, and you get these flying foxes or fruit bats in there. Flying foxes or fruit bats in there, and if you're a smart dominant flying fox, you get to feed at the top of the tree. But if you're a weak, less dominant one, you get pushed all the way to the bottom, and your easy target. He's missed that. Nathan, just grab that real quick, mate.
No, mate, I can't swim. I'm not going for that. I'm going this way.
You ran right past it. No, he's got it. Don't worry about it. You're off the hook.
It's like this.
So the lesson there is you do have to be wary of tail-walking crocodiles. There have been unfortunate incidences in the past where people have been grabbed using this method. So the lesson there is, just because it looks safe out over the water, doesn't necessarily mean it is. And keep all arms and legs inside the boat at all times. Nathan, can you hurry up? He's going to figure out that he just has to come around the back here in a minute.
I think he's looking straight up your shorts, mate.
I'm lucky I wore my long pants then. Oh, we're on. Good boy. Alrighty. Now we're going to get him out again. And I'll try and get him right away from the water this time. We'll see just how fast we get him to run. Some people try and tell you crocodiles can run as fast as a horse. I can't. I just know I can run faster than Nathan. So I'm good. Once he's out of the water, right now this is flat out for him. Good boy. That was top speed for a crocodile of his size on solid ground. Once that tail is clear of the water, you can see, if you have a look at his body design, you'll see why. He's got those four short, stumpy little legs. He's got this big round belly, and he's dragging this big heavy tail behind him everywhere he goes. Once he's out of the water, that tail actually works against him. It's like a big dead weight. In the water though, it will help propel him to the cruising speed of a dolphin. So no one will outswim a crocodile, but everyone here, I guarantee it, can outrun a crocodile. Even put my money where my mouth is right now. Nathan, you hear that?
Yeah, you'll do that.
I can even reckon I can sit down here, and I know that I'm pretty good.
Why don't you lay down?
Lay down?
Yeah, why not?
Last time I laid down on the job, mate, I got in a lot of trouble, I've got to be honest. But I can probably lay down back here. Just as long as I keep an eye on him. And that's it. I know, be careful. But I know that I can get up and get out of the way quicker than he can come forwards. And he knows it too. You see a couple of metres away from him, the first thing he wants to do is go and get back in the water, because that's where he knows he's dangerous. And that is exactly how crocodiles work. They're not these big, evil, ugly monsters that are just cruising up and down our northern waterways looking to catch everything that comes down to the edge of the water. Don't let anyone tell you they're stupid or dumb. They're actually very, very intelligent. Crocodiles have a frontal lobe in their brain just like we do, so they can learn and remember. And they've also got time on their side. Crocodile in Murray's condition doesn't have to eat every day, every week, or even every month. In fact, he could right now go 12 months without eating a single thing, and to look at him, you wouldn't even notice that much difference. And after a whole year without food, if he's then saw an animal doing something silly enough, he would most certainly have the energy to go and take that animal down and get himself something to eat. So they've got time on their side. They're incredibly patient and very, very intelligent. And they might sit out in the middle of the river and just watch animals coming and going for weeks. One day he notices a mob of kangaroos turn up. They come and get a drink from here. The first time they come to this section of the river, they're really, really scared. You know, crocodile might come in and try and eat them. But after a couple of weeks, they get lulled into that false sense of security. They start spending more time at the edge of the water. They sort of lose a little bit of their concentration, you know, and then the crocodile recognises that change in behaviour and he moves on over and he'll set himself up. He can also hold his breath for well over 7 hours at a time. Okay, so don't go down to the edge of the water, watch it for half an hour and go, righto kids, we haven't seen a crocodile yet, it's probably safe to jump in there and go for a swim. It's a complete opposite, because a crocodile that's serious about stalking prey or protecting his territory is an unseen predator. They sit on the bottom, he can pinpoint an animal's location that's out on land without having to come to the surface to see it. He's got a series of dense raw nerve endings, little black speck in the centre of every scale. If you're close enough to see those though, I highly recommend taking a couple of steps back. But he can feel, once he's underwater, he can feel exactly where I am without having to come up and look at me. So he'll track me around the pond here now. He can't see me at all, but he knows exactly where I am. If I keep doing that and I stand within that strike range, that's when he'll have a go. But that is what makes avoiding crocodiles so easy. All you have to do is follow 3 very, very simple rules. Don't overhang the water, as we demonstrated. They tail walk. People have been grabbed using that method in the past. Stay 4 to 5 metres back from the edge of the water. Me and Nathan could literally stay here for weeks if we stand back here. Absolutely no problem whatsoever. He will not come out and make any attempt to chase us down. But if I come up closer, you can see he submerges and he sets himself up ready to go, because that's where he knows he's a chance. The thing to go without saying, and I feel really silly having to say it, but don't go swimming with saltwater crocodiles. Now, as silly as that sounds, I guarantee right now up in Northern Australia, where it's really, really hot, there will be someone swimming right now in a place that they just shouldn't be, where they know saltwater crocodiles live. So if you can follow those 3 simple rules, you will stay very, very safe next time you're up in Northern Australia. Nathan and myself, the whole reptile department, we work with crocodiles every day, so we're a little bit fanatical. We don't expect you to leave the zoo today loving them as much as we do, but if you could just go home with a little bit more understanding of why they do what they do, how they do what they do, and the very important role within our northern ecosystem, that's all we can ask. Steve-O, he passed that passion on to all of us here at Australia Zoo. It's with that in mind, we'd like to thank you all for coming to the zoo today and helping us keep Steve's dream and this planet alive. Thank you.